Og det senaste opplegget kommer ur Finland. Vi skulle høre om Fyrilestur og retten til å njóta naturna i Finland. Welcome, Eki Karlsson from Suomenlahti in Finland. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Yes, my name is Eki Karlsson and I'm from Helsinki and I'm a CEO of Finnish Outdoor Association. We have about 94,000 members and 184 member associations. But we have talked here so much last few hours, and now it's your time to talk. Look out side of you and pick up somebody you don't know, and ask first what is the outdoor activity what you have done earlier. Last time, what kind of outdoor activities you have done? And the second question, what you asked from your partner, is what you like to do. What would be very interesting new outdoor activity you like to do? Please. And can you translate it if everybody didn't understand? Yes. Okay, I think you have share your hobbies and share your interest to the new hobbies. This is one of thing that why we are doing our work in the Finnish Outdoor Association. We want that people are healthy. We want that they start to know each other. We want that they have this kind of communality, what you just did. You share your feelings, you share your hobbies, and this is very important. And I think that everybody found some outdoor activity what they have done, and there is some future believings that I am able to climb to the hill or whatever. Well. Next I will go to my presentation. I will tell you a little about Finnish outdoor activities. Just a moment. Yes. Our association's vision is that everybody finds a meaningful way to spend outdoor and enjoy the nature. We are not doing the competitive outdoor disciplines. We just want that everybody finds their sport or outdoor activities for all. Before I go to this presentation of Everyman's right in Finland, you should know what kind of country Finland is. We have 5.5 million people. There is 340,000 square meters. It means that we are not very populated country. We have only about 16, 17 inhabitants per 1 square kilometer. And the average in Europe is 177. And here, as Danish representative told us that you have about 38, I think, people living in square meter. So what this means that we have room in Finland, and that's why we have quite wide everyman's right also in present time in our nation. One thing also that is great in our country is that we are one of the most physical active nation. Actually, I think that Norway is a little bit active than us, but they didn't be in the study which the EU did 2018. Among the EU nations, we are most active just before Sweden, and we are also most outdoor active nation. 2/3 of all physical activity is done outside. And it means that the outdoors or outdoor activities is kind of a health factory to our people who are living in Finland. This you have heard many times already today. I don't go through over there. Howard told that thing, and everybody has told what kind of concept is the everyman's right. And one thing is which difference from the other countries, from the Sweden and Finland and Norway, is that we have a wide access to the private land. If we go to the southern part of Europe or the other lands, the private part of the everyman's right is not so wide than these three countries. But at the same time, when I'm saying this, I know that the use of everyman's right in the private areas in Finland is very little. The people who are using the private land, everyman's right, actually are the landowners, because they are living next to each other, so they are using the other people's land to do their outdoor activities. There is only 10% people who are using the private lands who are not owning the land anywhere. Only 10% people who are not owning the land are using private land as everyman's right point of view. I think it's very interesting. The most people are going to the public lands like state-owned or municipality-owned lands and doing their activities over there. Definition. Hopefully this works. There is a right to use land and water areas, as we have heard many times here today. Right to use certain natural products like mushrooms. Right is not dependent on the user or the owner of the area. It means also that there is no difference between the private or commercial use. It doesn't matter are you using the right for the commercial use or private use. But of course the landowner can affect the right by using the land differently. He can build a road or fence or what he wants in his land if he wants. And the main thing is when, as we have heard so many times today, the user have the right, but she has also the obligation not to cause damage or disturbance. There is a responsible of using that right. Actually, it's not in the legal point. It's not a right. It is an option. You have an option to use the land. Like our Swedish representative told us, we have the very same rules. Then Sweden have. Mona Lisa told that there is a few laws that affects to everyman's right. We have about 20, and there are laws that give the rights, and then there is laws that limits the rights. And I don't go further on that. And the activities in the nature, as I told earlier, the everyman's right is independent of the user or landowner. The purpose, the frequency, duration, or of the activities, they don't matter. You can do those things if you are not causing the damage or disturb the home area, the domestic peace. In Finland, we have 96% of the areas are under the everyman's right. So you are using. There's some areas like vicinity of the people's home and gardens, cultivated areas and fields, particular protect areas, a military area. This picture I took the last summer. I was in the Russian border, and the everyman's right ends to that sign. You are not able to do that. Actually, if you go behind that sign, you are feet. You get ticket from it. And of course, the built up areas. Everyman's right is very important thing in Finland, and one thing which established that thing is that we have even stamp for the everyman's right. This is stamps from 2016. They are everyman's right, and I think that this picture shows us quite greatly what kind of things you are able to do in Finland with the everyman's right. You can pick the flowers. 24% of the Finnish people are picking flowers. You can fish, do the ice fishing. 16% are doing ice fishing. Angling, 32%. Berry pickers, that's one of the most popular everyman's right. This almost 60% are doing. Mushroom pickers, 40%. Rowers, I heard that the Faroe people are doing quite a lot of that rowing thing. 36% in Finland are doing rowing, not in this kind of condition than you have over here, but a little bit not windy conditions. But of course, there are other boaters with the motorboating and canoeing. Campers, 12% are doing camping. Camper means that they are tenting outside. Hikers, 66%, and only people want to go to the nature and enjoy their life. Just be over there and feel and breathe the fresh air and so on. It's very popular. And during the winter, cross-country skiers, there is about 40% people who are doing it. Of course, the walkers are most popular. One thing which is growing up quite rapidly right now in Finland is mountain biking. Every month there is 1,000 new mountain bikers every month. 1,000 new mountain bikers. That's quite a lot, 12,000 per year. Last 10 years they have grown up. It's a big thing in Finland and also in other Nordic countries. What you are not able to do, I start over. The people are speaking about the everyman's right, that they do that, and if the people are littering and they are parking wrong and so on. But actually, these are not everyman's rights. They are not our everyman's right. They are littering, they are parking wrongly. They probably drive, some people drive with the motors in the nature without the permission. They are cutting trees. There is illegal fireplaces. They have dogs free in the nature. They are fishing without the permit with the net or the drawing line. They are hunting without the permission. They may have some events which causes some damage without the permission. But these are not everyman's right. And my point, when the people says that, okay, there is some problems with the everyman's right, that causes these kind of things. Even you don't have the everyman's right, you will have stupid people who will do this anyway. Then there is a question of the landowners. Like I said before, in Finland at least, the landowners, they are dependent on the everyman's right, because without that they are not able to pick berries from the other person's land, or they are not able to go to fish, or they are not able to roam the other people's land. We have done quite many studies about what they feel about the everyman's right. And there is about 10% of landowners who thinks that this everyman's right is not good in the present way. But 90% think it is okay or it's excellent. 90% of the landowners in Finland thinks it's okay or excellent. And of course, the people who are using the everyman's right, it's something like 95, 96% who thinks that the everyman's right presently is excellent. Future of everyman's rights in Finland, there is at least those three things. There is landowners who exert some pressure against the right. There is some vocal minority interest group then to speak out, trying to change the present time of present everyman's right. And of course, we have, I think that you don't have this, the foreigners are not able to buy the land over here. I'm not sure, but in Finland it's possible, and especially the Russians are buying quite a lot land, or they used to buy quite a lot land from Finland, and it will change the traditional thinking of everyman's right in the future if the amount of the foreigner owners grows up in a certain point. Yes, this was my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eki. I have a few questions. You said that 90% of landowners think that everyman's right is okay.
Yes.
But who are the last 10%?
They think they have had some problems. For example, we have Thai pickers. Thai people comes to Finland during the summer, and they are picking the berries front of their houses and so on. So those kind of problems they have, and of course there is some people who wants to have restricted everyman's right in Finland.
Do they live in certain areas in Finland?
No.
The landowners that
No.
find it's a problem.
No,
No.
it's not certain. I think it's more like organized landowner group who is trying to have this kind of discussion.
Okay. What are the most common conflicts or problems concerning to everyman's rights in Finland? What are the biggest discussions about?
Well, about 5 years ago, we had those Thai pickers who picked up the blueberries and those lingonberries commercial for the commercial use. And of course, if I own the land and some 20 people are coming over there and picking berries in my field, it hurts my soul. But then, in the other hand, if you think there is about, if I remember right, something like 40 million kilos not picked it up berries in Finland, so there is enough berries to pick up, even the Thai pickers.
It's enough for everybody.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if I understood this. You were talking about fences.
Yes.
Do the owners, could they just put up fences everywhere where they would like? Maybe to stop people from walking?
I think it's a question of area planning. If they have a cows, they are able to put the fences without any permission. But I'm not sure about this. But they are able to build fences. I know that some cases that, for example, for the bird watchers, they have built a fence because the landowners said that, okay, I don't want those bird watchers over here, so he built a huge fence which cost something like €1 million, so the bird watchers couldn't anymore watch the birds.
Okay, so it's legal then.
Yeah, in this case at least, I'm not sure.
And you mentioned this foreign land ownership. Is that an increasing problem in Finland, that a lot of the land is owned overseas or in another countries?
It's not a big problem, but it's growing problem. Well, I'm not sure it's even problem, but it's growing thing. People are buying more and more land in Finland.
And there are no limitations of
No.
buying property in Finland
No.
if you live
No.
another place?
No.
No. One more question.
There is an area which is called Åland. It's a little bit similar island. There is some limitation to own property in Åland.
One last question. We are discussing a lot of about the dogs in the nature.
Yes.
What are you allowed to, when you walk in the mountains in Finland? Can you bring a dog with you? Is it allowed?
During the summer, you are able to have a dog if it's in the leash, but you are not able to leave the dog running freely. It's mainly because the birds. The dogs can harm the birds and bird nets, but it's also the question of how you feel if the strange dog comes against you. So that's why it must be in the leash.
Spurningar?
You said something about people. There are the landowners that walk in other areas where there are other landowners. I think in the Faroe Islands we have most of us are landowners. So yeah, I don't know. I at least I don't. I think it's okay that people walk on my land, and I think I should have the right to walk on others' land also.
Yeah.
So I can understand that.
Yeah. If it doesn't cause us any damage.
Ja,
No questions?
no, that was the last
All right.
question.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eki.